Hello, I'm Kevin Church, and this month for August 2023, our MUFIC Songwriter of the Month is Mike Terry. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, Kevin. Great. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you finally.
Yes, I've seen you on Facebook and around the area for a while.
Exactly. Same here. You know, you do quite a thing for the community. We appreciate it.
Most welcome. It's been a challenge at times, but it's also enjoyable. Getting to know different people.
That's great. So we always ask our people, like our songwriters of the month, like, do they come from a musical family? Who are their earliest influences?
I definitely have some, musical background. My great-grandfathers both played banjo. I have a cousin who's in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Gordon Terry.
Gordon Terry. So what did Gordon Terry do for our listeners and our viewers? What?
Gordon was known as one of the best fiddle players in Nashville during his time.
Wow.
He played with Ralph Stanley Band. He played with Merle Haggard. He played with just about everybody that was in Nashville.
That's incredible.
Had his own band as well. He was in the house band in a movie called Take This Job and Shove It that starred Kurt Russell.
Wow.
He did a lot. He was signed with Sun Records along the time of Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis. So
that is wild.
Had a big background there.
So did you ever get to see him play or anything?
I did early on when I was a young guy. Gordon started this little place around the Tennessee line, south of Nashville, called Terrytown, and it started out he wanted to create a theme park that was country music related, but the theme park side of it never took off.
Okay.
He had a lot of performances there. Probably around 8, I guess, was the time I was there, and he had a little roadside stage set up with Jerry Lee Lewis, Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard all played.
Wow.
So I remember seeing them as a kid and watching Jerry Lee Lewis, come off his piano stool and break it to pieces, and
wow,
a wild show. But
how old were you?
Probably around 8 then.
Really?
Right.
8 years old watching that. That's awesome. So, what got you into playing an instrument? That maybe those experiences.
That was definitely, I think, put a seed there. But definitely later on in life, growing up as a child of parents who went through divorce, and my dad was married 7 times, mom's 6 times. 3 of those times were to each other. Although if you ask my mother, she was only married 4 times. She doesn't count the last 2 to my dad. So she says the first time they were married, then the last 2 times they just got back together.
Okay. All right. Well,
but there were marriages in between those as well. So. But dealing with, my mom is an alcoholic. She's been sober now for probably the last 10 years. My dad, before he passed away, was bipolar.
Okay.
He was late diagnosed in life. He wasn't diagnosed till he was around 40. So I'm sure things would have been a lot different had he been diagnosed early. But right. So growing up in that background, I guess music and watching them go through the things that they did, it kind of helped me deal with things.
So music was pretty much therapeutic.
Definitely.
You mentioned that off camera.
Right. It was definitely therapy for me to write songs.
So when did you start writing songs?
I picked up the guitar, I guess, when I was around 20, and started writing songs immediately after I learned a few chords. Just dealing with my childhood. I was married at the time.
Okay.
Around the age of 20. And dealing with my own marriage. So that kind of got me started. Took a few lessons from Mike Davis, who's here from the area.
Okay, yeah. So, as you were writing songs and playing, you started, did you play them out for people at all?
The first time I went out actually was because of Mike Davis. He was playing with a keyboard player in a little club, Upper Rivers Avenue. And he invited me to come out, and I did. And so my first time on stage was singing Chantilly Lace by Jerry Lee Lewis. And then there's a group out of Moncks Corner called the Custom 4+2. And was kind of a roadie for them along the same time, and I would get up and sing a couple songs with them as well. And they were my original songs that I did with them.
Okay. All right. So when you did your original songs, did you have a whole lot that you were doing then, or like a lot of your own stuff? Like as far as like, did you have a
Had quite a few songs that I had written at that time, and definitely chose, a couple each time would go out with him.
Cool.
And then started a little duet with Rick Coker, who was a keyboard player.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
played in Mott's Corner at the Bowling Alley Lounge.
So quiet you could hear a pin drop?
It could be pretty quiet, yeah.
Well, it's so bad. But, all right, so you played the bowling alley for a while. Like you said, how long did you do that for?
We did that for probably about 6 months every Wednesday night.
Okay. All right. And you were cutting your teeth, getting things done, playing your songs, having fun.
And shortly after that, went through a divorce and kind of put the guitar and music aside for over 30 years.
That's quite some time. Why did you do it for so long, you think?
Just concentrating on family, and I was working for Santee Cooper at the time in Mott's Corner. Retired from there, actually.
Okay.
And just working on my career and family, and just set it aside and concentrated on that. Getting through the divorce, rebuilding my life, and then meeting someone new and getting married and starting over again. I've been married now for 30 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. So about 5 years ago, I guess I picked up the guitar again, just out of boredom one day, I guess. And immediately started writing again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Did you write any time during that 30-year break?
Not at all.
So you had all that energy and all those ideas locked away, just stored here somewhere in here. Now they're pouring out.
Right.
That's really cool. So there's something else you do around here other than write, and that is you're part of this Charleston open mic thing that you've created. Like you help people know where those are, and in the area.
Right. I was going to an open mic in Mount Pleasant at McCann's.
Okay.
And when COVID hit, of course, all the open mics stopped in the area. And when things started opening up again, McCann's never reopened their open mic. So in looking for places to play again, I created a list for myself. And then once I got that created, I decided to share it.
Right.
And I've been doing so ever since. For about 2 years now, I guess.
That is so wild. And like, we're in the presence now of 3 open mics, right? Like that are here. Like we have one that hosts 2 and another one that's hosting 1.
Right.
So how many do you think there are in the area?
Oh gosh,
just
probably,
if you could.
Just ballpark area, there's probably around 30 a weekly.
Really? Wow. So
every night of the week, there's some place to go.
So if they follow your site, what do they follow? There's people that are
right. They can follow my Facebook page, and there's always a chart on there that tells exactly where all the open mics are.
That's so cool. That's wonderful. We appreciate your diligence on that and sharing that with us.
I've enjoyed it. It's met a lot of different people by doing it, and got to know a lot of people that way as well. So.
Have you worked with anybody like collaborated with anybody from these open mics, maybe that you've met or anything? Have you co-written anything or played with them or jammed with them?
Well, I've played with some of them, and Tom Kenny is one, as well as Mike Hoffman. Jeep, I think, has got up with me, and there have been others as well. Most of my co-writers have been through Facebook groups.
Really?
I've got a young lady, Jane Shields, from England that I write with occasionally. Ron Todd, also from England.
Nice.
A guy from Illinois, Jerry Hensley. A guy from New York, Rob Webster. And there are probably a dozen others that I've written with, too, that I've met through the internet.
That's really cool. So, it's just wild how we can do that, isn't it? Like,
it is.
just instantaneously communicate with somebody that's that far away.
Right.
And be able to create something like that. That's really neat. So, this song that we're doing today, we're going to have Tom Kenny actually play on it today.
I'm excited about that. Tom's a great harpist.
He's great, for sure. And I'll play on it too if you like.
Yes.
So, tell us about the song you're going to do today.
The song we're going to do today it's an original All My song. It's called Old Age.
Okay, tell us about Old Age.
Back in middle March, I guess, of this year, got a phone call that my uncle was not expected to make it much longer. So I drove to North Carolina, picked up my mother, and took her to Alabama, which is where my aunt and uncle live. And we stayed there for about 2 weeks and visited with him just about every day so we could spend a little time with him before he passed away. And by the time we actually left, it looked like he was doing better and was going to stick around a while. So we came back home, and about 2 weeks later, we got another phone call. So we went back again. And this time, in about probably 2 or 3 days, he passed away at 93.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Great guy. My aunt at that time was still living as well. She's 89. She had had dementia for probably the last 3 years. But 3 days after we buried him, she passed away.
Wow.
So while I was there at the house watching the hospice nurses taking care of them, I jotted down the song, Old Age.
Can't wait to hear it and play on it. Share your message that you want to share with the world from your experience.
Right.
And anything else you'd like to add, like maybe a website for folks to check you out?
Facebook or YouTube, I'm on both of them. If you search for Mike Terry, I think the Facebook address is Mike Terry SC. If you use facebook.com/Mike Terry SC. And if you just do a search for YouTube, you can find my channel as well. There are probably close to 200 original songs on that YouTube channel.
Wow. That's quite a few.
Right.
Well, we're going to add one more.
Right.
Very cool. Well, we're glad to have you, Mike.
I appreciate it, Ken.
Thank you so much. Mike Terry, everybody.
Thank you.
Longing for laughter, longing for love, remembering good times and bad. Who I am, what I'm now, knowing I can't anymore. Old age, I don't like you. Old age, I don't like you. You're taking so much from me, I can't do the things I used to. And I don't always know my name. Can you remind me, please? Some days I think I'm happy. Some days I can't remember who you are or why you are here. So tell me your name if you don't mind. I promise I won't get out of line. Some days I stay in bed, some days I just don't care, and some days there is pain. Some days I know everything, all the rights and wrongs I made. Did you say I had a wife? Old age, I don't like it. You're taking so much from me, I can't do the things I used to. And I don't always know my name. Can you remind me, please? Old age, I don't like it. You're taking so much from me, I can't do the things I used to. And I don't always know my name. Can you remind me, please? Old age. Old age.
MUFIC sets you free.